how's it going, guys? It's Whitebro Reactions. Come back for another reaction video, and today we're going to be diving into the Diablo universe once again. It's actually been quite a requested video. This is Diablo 3 official trailer, so all the people who requested it, big up you guys. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, so the last one we did was Diablo 4, and that was absolutely insane. That was a great trailer, so I hope this is going to be following on. However, this came out 9 years ago, 8, 9 or 10 years ago, so we've got to kind of be a little bit lenient in that aspect. So we're going to go no expectations and let it take us on a roller coaster. We've got 2 minutes and 12 seconds, not 12 minutes, 2 minutes and 12 seconds to work with. But before we get into it, guys, we just hit 37 subscribers at the date of this recording. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can boost that to 40, and everyone who has subscribed and followed along this journey, thank you so much with all the support and everything. You guys are absolutely out of this world, and I have nothing but gratitude to every single one of you. Even if you haven't subbed and you just come along, and just as long as you enjoy yourself, guys, that's all I ask from you. So we're going to be diving into it, guys. I'm a little bit nervous and quite excited at the same time. I hope you guys are too. Without further ado, let's get straight to it, shall we? Let's go.
It has been said. That in the end of all things, we would find a new beginning. But as the shadow once again crawls across our world, and the stench of terror drifts on a bitter wind, the people pray for strength and guidance.
That's pretty powerful. Nice.
They should pray for the mercy of a swift death. For I have seen what the darkness hides. I don't think it's safe here.
Damn, son. Ouch. Holy shit. Okay, do you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. Like, I was gonna expecting nothing. I should just do this more. Now you guys are pretty sitting there like comparing it obviously to Diablo 4. Diablo 4 was absolutely out of this world. It was absolutely insane, that trailer. Probably one of the best trailers. Probably not the best, but one of the best. Like, easily takes second place, close to first. Now, considering the fact this is 9 years ago, obviously the cinematography in terms of CGI, when I say CGI, like we've done videos before, like with the League of Legends where they're drawn, and when I say CGI, it's these ones. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know what, and like these are animations, but you know what, guys, I'm trying to say. The graphical center things like this, it's not a massively great graphics, but I tell you what, that doesn't matter, because they've really gone on the, I don't know if it's emotional or mental. I know emotional and mental are quite similar, but there is a slight difference. Now, obviously, let's run through it. We'll talk about it a little bit more. So, it obviously starts off with a supposed match lighting. Now, we did have the narrator, you know, kind of just talking, which we'll talk about a little bit more later as well. And obviously, it's lighting the different candles. Now, anyone out there who does, you know, cinematography or film, as what we call it in England, maybe you could let me know what this scene is. I'm trying to put together why they use this scene of the 3 candles. Is it some... Oh, wait, I just figured it out. Okay. Obviously, 3 candles representing 3 fire, Diablo 3. I guess you could say it. I think that's the main thing of what it is. It's like kind of lighting the way. Diablo 3 is here. We've done 1, we've done 2, and now it's 3. Could be wrong. That might be me just pulling things out. But if there is another reason to that, guys, let me know in the comments. I'm quite eager. So let's just listen to what she said here. Okay, maybe what I just said is a bunch of crap then because she just lit another candle. I don't know. Maybe it could be the truth, but she said maybe we'll find a new beginning, which is quite oxymoronic, I guess you could say, because, or ironic maybe more, is because she's like, maybe we'll find a new beginning, which is, could be taken as a new life, a new start. That's kind of like what it says in it, in that sense. Yeah, it's a death skull there. But then if you actually look at the background, it's got all these textbooks. It looks like a vase, or vase. And it's got this candle. But these sort of candles you always see them is like in those sort of like wizardry worlds, isn't it? You always see those really mucky looking candles. You know, if you get, like, I'm actually, funny enough, oh, candle lighting right this minute. Look, this is a Yankee candle. It's quite a nice one. You know, cherry vanilla. You don't know, because that's I love my scented candles. Don't even test me on that shit. Alright. Yeah, these sort of like always in films, aren't they? In those sort of like wizardry, tons of books, sort of wax is like melted everywhere. So it's kind of like that cheesy sort of thing, which I quite like. But yeah, I don't know what what's what I'm looking for. The kind of relevance that has to what's going on. And I think that's kind of throughout the whole thing. It was a quite difficult one. Now, moving on to this scene, we'll have to go scene by scene, and then we'll talk about all of it probably at the end. No, she said something about the darkness creeps out or something like that. I don't want to keep doing it because obviously this video will be gone for ages, which is quite strong because it goes in the crab shot where it's moving sideways. Okay, we have to listen to what she said.
Once again crawls across our world.
The shadow once again crosses across
Our world.
Goes across our world, whatever she said, right? Again, that's pretty powerful. The cinematography and narration is really accurate there. It's going from this broken statue, and a bit of wall, and then it's going across the darkness, shadows. It's all kind of linked, and it's quite powerful. But I guess you could say that this is like the old sort of thing. Obviously, this is some form of old structure, whether it's an old castle or whatever this kingdom is. Maybe it's part of that. And obviously, you've got the mountains, the sky. You've got vast scenery that's representing the world. And it's kind of like the darkness is now coming out. But the question is, at this current state of the video, what is the darkness? Oh yeah, and that sort of music that reminds me of like 300 Spartans, that old, not sort of medieval times, even like older than that, like the Iron Age and the the Iron Age. You know, sort of like the 300 Spartans. I don't remember history that far back, guys. So whenever the age was back then, you can let me know in the comments. Like of the 300 Spartans, the Persians, it's that sort of music in it, and you're always finding like, even in, you know, like if you guys watch it, like Battlestar Galactica, which is like futuristic, like ships in space, they use actually the same sort of music. So I think the music's quite related to death and a lot of like religious sort of stuff, which that series is about as well. I quite like it. I don't like it. It kind of creeps me out, but that's why I like it. Does that make sense? It builds that sort of like emotion suspense.
And the stench of terror drifts on a bitter wind.
Oh, yeah, that is fucking brilliant. The stench of terror drifts on a bitter wind. That's so powerful. I mean, it opens up into a skeleton. Don't know what this thing is. Could be a lizard, giant lizard for one. I don't know what this thing is. Doesn't really matter. But the stench of terror. Now, terror is obviously a worse form of fear. People say terror is fear. No, it's not. Terror is like fear times 2. Do you know what I mean? You don't say, oh, I'm quite scared of this. That's like a lower version of fear. You usually go scared to fear to terror. Terror is like the ultimate, like, petrified sort of stuff, ain't it? So, and I mean, what it's doing is really powerful because you're looking, the main attention is on, obviously, on the skull and the body. The stench of terror. You would have thought she would have said the stench of death. But it's actually not. The stench of terror could cause death via the skeleton. So powerful. And then drifts. It's not using a crab shot anymore. It's not going like this. It's using a pan shot where it's kind of like moving round to the right. If you watch it, look. I guess you could say it's a crab shot, but crab shot would keep the camera still and then move, if that makes sense. Like a crab, obviously. Obviously, it's panning round. And that's kind of representing the bitter, drifting, the bitter... What was it? The bitter what?
Drifts on a bitter wind.
Drifts on a bit of wind. That's kind of, the camera's kind of representing the sort of the city, the kind of the camera's representing the wind. There's a bit of wind, but I don't know. Again, I don't know what this city is. It's like kind of showing death, and then there's life. So it's like, again, it's a bit oxymoronic. There's death and life. I don't know what the city is. I don't know how they're still alive in this deserted island, desert, I guess you could say. Now this is very powerful.
The people
Very
pray
powerful.
for strength and guidance.
People pray for strength and guidance. Right? Now again, Diablo means devil. I think in Latin. Let me know, guys, if that's true or if that's not. If Diablo means in any other contextual language or whatever, let me know. And again, it has that religious aspect to it. But the great thing is, and which is really powerful in this part, whatever you think of praying in any form of religious society or beliefs, whatever you want to call it. I never really thought about it, but now I kind of think about it and I've seen this scene. Whenever you think of praying, like at home or wherever you go, I actually think of night. I mean, I've never actually thought about it. Like, if I sit there and think praying, I just sit there and go, oh, nighttime. But now I actually see it like, that's what I actually imagine. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. And it's very powerful. So usually at night, people pray the night before I go to bed, wish for the next day or hope for good intentions or whatever. And she said they pray for, I think it was leadership and guidance or something like that, which is brilliant. Obviously, the meteor, I think this is a meteor. It could be anything. It's obviously coming from the sky. Now, obviously, usually heaven praying is usually to pray to a higher form of life. Not necessarily aliens, but like the higher up, if that makes sense. Like God and things like that. And people automatically resemble that as being up in the sky for higher life. It kind of makes sense, right? But then, like, obviously saying that this thing's crashing to Earth or wherever this place is, might be Earth, could be a complete different planet, but I take it's Earth. And again, it could be like that falling angel. When fallen angels, you've always seen that sort of stuff. Now, what is really interesting, we'll come back to this bit, but I just want to quickly skip forward. So there's this crater here. I take it that's the meteor that crashed. And then look, there's all demons. Now, if this is the case, this might not be the case, by the way. That could be a complete different, like, not related thing at all. But if that meteorite was where this landed, that is so fucking powerful. Because if you think about it, they prayed for guidance, help, clarity, and whatever the sort of good intentions are, again, of praying. Prayers got answered, but was something completely the opposite. And again, we'll get into the narration in a minute, because I want to point out something, but we'll get to that point. And instead of falling angels, now when they say fallen angels, that tends to be demons anyway. I say the devil, Lucifer, was an archangel at one point. He fell because he didn't like mankind, so God banished him to hell. That's a fallen angel. So it's just such a powerful thing. We thought, they're actually getting some form of guidance. Okay, the meteorite's maybe not a great thing if it hits a town or whatever, but it crashes and it actually turns out to be demons. So a lot of religions see hell, demons, afterlife in a bad sense as down below, and they would come up through the earth, I guess. But actually, they were sent from the sky. It kind of obliterates all the sort of religious perception of where hell and heaven comes from. Fucking amazingly powerful, and I love it. Now let's quickly go back. So, and then we'll listen to the narrations on the next point. So just wait. I think it's this bit.
They should pray for the mercy of a swift death.
So basically, what she said was, so they should pray for mercy of a swift death, because basically what she's saying is that I think what she's trying to get at is that these average people, whoever these people are, or whatever society is in around the world, they pray for good. But what she's trying to say is actually when you pray, it's going to be bad. Like, they're going to send down demons. You guys should actually pray for a merciful death, because you're praying to these guys anyway. They just don't know it. You're praying for guidance and leadership. They actually send something down that could potentially guide them, just not in the way they want. They're going to slaughter the fuck out of them and torture the hell out of them. I assume. Again, I don't play the Diablo. I don't know exactly what happens. Yeah, again, it's that quite powerful sort of narration that in this sort of world, or this timeline, that there is no good. There is no force for good. There's no help, as far as I know from this trailer. Okay, again, in the game there might be some archangel, god or something, but so far what we've seen, there's not. There's just mankind, and there's fucking demons coming for your ass, and there's nothing going to stop it unless you're going to stop it. It's like kind of that sense of hopelessness. It's great. So I quite like the cinematography switch between this. We assume that it's there, and then obviously the demons come along. Listen to the narration again. I didn't want to go for this, but actually the narration was kind of catching me on, so we are going to do it. Nice. Yeah, nice. Okay, so not much. There ain't no more narration from there because it's kind of like we should pray for a more merciful death, I guess you could say. And then it's kind of like left you off on that, and it's showing you why you should, because there's look at these hordes. They've got war machines, presumably. They've got hundreds of thousands of soldiers. They are going to war. They're coming for you. I don't know what this guy's relevant is. Let me know who this guy is, guys. But he threw a sword and it just stopped. So I don't really know what relevance that has. Maybe that is an archangel. And then again, it's kind of like resembling. This is. I don't know if this is like still falling. I thought it's already fell, and this is what came out as these guys. I don't know. Maybe that's that rock there was this person before. That can mean many things. But then obviously the music starts to go high pitched with the woman sort of like I can't do a representation of it, but then the beat gets faster and harder, and then the swing starts switching. So it's very, very powerful. Especially when you have that demon. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is creepy as hell. And then after that, it's like, this is the ultimate thing you have to face. You have to go through all this, and then you have to face this. And then she kind of holds her heart. And I think all of this was a flashback, or sort of like, a sort of like prediction. Yeah, man, very powerful. Very powerful for a 2-minute 12 video. Just so 2 minutes 12 second video. Pretty powerful. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of kept me on my boots. And I guess it's like the Diablo in a whole. I mean, the number 4 one was absolutely insane. There was so much darkness to it, and a lot of depth to it, and this is just kind of the same thing, just a little bit older, you know, and then the new one's a bit more refined and got a little bit more to it. So their actual intentions are still the same. I respect that a lot. When stuff works, they actually stick into what Diablo is. Hopefully, again, I don't know about the in-game, but from the trailer sense, they have stuck to it, and I do. I'd always appreciate that from a game. So, yeah, this trailer actually kind of blew me away. I was a bit skeptical to start off with when I started getting into it, but then when I kind of like thought about it and we watched it, went through it again the second time with analyzing it. Yeah, there's so much to this video. So overall, the video absolutely amazing. I'm still a bit confused at the start. I think those 3 candles were the Diablo 3. Look, these fire things. But I'm not too sure. Let me know, guys, if you have any other sort of like expansion on that. But yeah, such a good video. I can see why people love the Diablo, and I can understand. Again, hopefully, if you guys want us to do the 2 and 1 one, which I'll have a look, and I'll hopefully see if we can do it. Then we'll do it, and I hope they kind of again stay the same. It will just be older, wouldn't it? So we can't expect obviously graphical perfection or voice or sounds or anything. But for an 8, 9, 10-year-old video, really, really good. Improvements, no, because I was gonna say make it more clear, but that's the whole point. The whole point. This is demons. They're coming to end us all. Like this is what's going on in this person's mind. I don't know who that woman was at the end, but this is what's gonna happen. Like this is what it is. So the trailer is telling you what this Diablo and I think that's kind of like reading between the lines. You guys have to read between the lines to understand it. And again, if you played Diablo 3, you guys probably know about this. But yeah, overall great video. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below if you agree or disagree. If you want to add anything, again, all comments are more than welcome. We're gonna be doing some more World of Warcraft. There is a few Diablo videos which I saw. Other than this, looks like DLC ones. So if you guys are interested in them, again, let me know in the comments. If you guys want us to react to any other videos, we'll probably do some of them because these Diablo are pretty dark and I quite like them. Other than that, not much. So yeah, this is Whiteboard Reactions, guys. Sign off for this video. Until the next one, have a good rest of your day. I will see you later. Peace out.